Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable the podcast. It's been too long, and it is Monday, July 13th. Happy birthday to that Harrison Ford, huh? Harrison Ford is 84 today. Han Solo himself. I tell you what, Harrison Ford, what a great actor, right? You know what else I like to do, other than Star Wars, of course? The Fugitive. Remember The Fugitive? That movie that was based on the TV series. The TV series, David Jansen, remember that guy in the 60s, and the one armed man, and he's running around the country trying to hide and stuff. He didn't kill his wife. He didn't kill his wife, but he's a fugitive. Well, the movie was great. The movie was just one action packed scene after another. And Harrison Ford was great in that movie. So was Tommy Lee Jones. Remember him? Oh my God. Anyway, happy birthday, Harrison Ford. I know you're out there watching me. Hey, I got my uh Lehigh Valley Iron Peaks had one. Why, I don't know. I like the color. But it's home run derby today at the bank. We've been looking forward to this since they announced that Philadelphia was going to host the 2026 All-Star game, Major League All-Star game. Been looking forward to this for years and years and years because we haven't had an All-Star game in Philadelphia since like 95, 96. Never had one at Citizens Bank Park before. And the All-Star game before that was 1976 for the bicentennial. So let's hope we don't have to wait another 50 freaking years before we get the All-Star game. But it should be fun. All kinds of activities in town. At the convention center, this baseball village thing. I haven't had a chance to go down there, but here I see it's a lot of fun. All kinds of baseball celebrities down there signing autographs, all kinds of stuff to see. If you like baseball, that looks like a fun place to be. But tonight is the home run derby. Yeah. I think they're going to launch some bombs. Can you imagine standing out there in Ashburn Alley and catching one of those home run balls? I bet you a lot of home run balls are going to make it out to Ashburn tonight. Bryce Harper came up with the idea. He said, "Well, why don't we have the home run derby using metal bats?" Oh my God! Could you believe Schwarbaum with a metal bat? He might hit one all the way across the Delaware with the Jersey. You never know. But of course, I would expect Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper playing at home, hitting at home in a field they're used to, Citizens Bank Park, to have a chance to win that derby tonight. If I had to pick one, they did away with the time clock, so you don't have to rush here. So that was stupid. Wasn't it stupid? It was stupid. Give the guys 20 swings, let them take their time, try to hit as many home runs as they can. Simple, right? Well, why screw it up with a freaking time? Kyle Schwarber's favorite because he's got the most home runs in baseball. He's got a quick swing. And Bryce Harper, he's got that big swing. He has to uncoil him, that vicious swing. And I don't know, after getting through the competition by the final, Bryce Harper may be a little pathetic. So I like Kyle Schwarber to win the whole band. That's all. But I think Bryce Harper is like 1,600 to 1. Yeah, make a little cha-ching if you believe in Bryce Harper to win the home run derby too. Well, we'll see. Speaking of which, why do they have the freaking thing on Netflix? All right, I know, I'm old school. We're not living back in 1958 anymore. I understand that. But why do they have it on Netflix? Not everyone can afford Netflix, especially the older people of fixed income can't afford Netflix, don't know what to do with Netflix. We got some people who are just used to pay basic channels and they're idiots. No, seriously. They had the home run derby or ESPN with Fox and whatever, all these years. Now all of a sudden, they're switching it to Netflix. And now, and you know, the 1 year we haven't since this got put, which is a home run park. It's a band match. It's a great stadium, but it's, we're gonna have a lot of diggers, a little tape, a lot of taters too. But they put it on Netflix. What if you don't have it? And they don't give you the thing like, oh, sign up for 30 days and cancel it. No, you gotta buy a subscription, blah, all this crap, right? So I'm just thinking about the older people out there who can't afford it. Why not have another option? Why not watch it on local TV? I mean, it's in Philadelphia, right? Give us a break. Major League Baseball it's greedy, greed. What are they going to have to strike next year? You know, put it on Fox or ESPN. That's where you've had it before. Give us the option, right? You want to watch it on Netflix, fine, but give us the option to watch it on free TV too. That's all I'm saying. But I think they're going to hit a lot of regrets. That All-Star game tomorrow. How about that Zach Wheeler? 10-1 on the year. He struck out 10 batters, at least 10 batters, 3 games in. He is pissed off. And I would, because they didn't invite Zach Wheeler right away to be on the All-Star team. And now they invited him sort of second-handedly. Like they went through 4 or 5 other pitchers and said, all right, we need somebody in the film. How about you, Zach Wheeler? And, by rights, it would have been nice to see him in Philadelphia representing the Phillies. But he said, no, I'm not going to be disrespectful. I mean, I'm a used guy. He couldn't invite me from the start. I'm not coming. Well, he's pissed off. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder the whole year. And which is good. Good for the Phillies. Because he's pitching like he's a youngster again, And he's right in there for the Cy Young. I think his odds are something 1,600 to 1 too. And I would be surprised. Jack Wheeler, everybody's talking about Christopher Sanchez. Wouldn't it be great if the Cy Young came down to the two Phillies pitchers, Sanchez and Wheeler? Because Mizorowski and he's hurt. He's not going to be. And Ohtani, I don't think he's going to pitch anymore. He was I think it's going to come down to the two Phillies guys. Paul Skeens, Pittsburgh. He hasn't been as good as he used. But he is going to be at the All-Star. And then, Christopher Sanchez has the honor, and it is an honor, of starting the All-Star game tomorrow in Philadelphia. What a reception he's going to get. That part of the fun of the All-Star game is the introductions and the guys step out and tip their caps and you hear all the boos and stuff and the cheers. That's fun. Because we have 5 foot Brandon Marsh, who would have thunk it, is starting the All-Star. What a great year he's been. And of course you got your Schwarber, your Sanchez, and Johan Duran in the bullpen. Would it be good if he closed it out tomorrow night? You have the tarantula running around the field. But it is an honor because think of all the other fully great pitchers who have started the All-Star. Robin Roberts, Steve Carlton, Roy Halladay. And to think that Christopher Sanchez is going to join that elite group of phone pitchers is to screw. That's why I give the Phillies a fighter's chance to win the World Series this year. You may be saying, they still need stuff, they do. And hopefully this GM is going to bolster the roster. They need another right-handed hitting outfielder. They need bullpen help, and they need at least 1 or 2 starters. But I think give them a shot because think about it. The Phillies have the two best pitchers probably in the national. Not one, but two. They've got Jose Jesus Luzardo is part left. They've got the best home run hitter in the major position. Uh, Harper's having a good year, not an elite year, but a good. Uh, yeah, and the bullpen Duran is good. I just think the Phillies do have a shot. I don't see one overwhelming team in the national. The Dodgers are the Dodgers, but Phillies get a ball they can handle last year. Uh, I wouldn't mind matching up with the Dodgers again this year. With our pitching, we're going to be in. So, Phillies are like 1,200 to 1 to win the World Series this year. I don't know. I'm just saying. I saw the All-Star game odds to the run line is 7.5. Even though All-Star games typically have good pitching, I would be surprised if that number went over tomorrow. Over. Why? Because it's supposed to be a hot day tomorrow, leading into a hot evening, and the ball sails out of Citizens Bank Park when it's hot. It's a small ballpark anyway. And any kind of leading pitchers aren't going to pitch tomorrow in the All-Star game. Mizorowski's, Utani's, Zach Wheeler is not going to be there. Christopher Sanchez will probably put him in because he just pitched on Saturday. Skeens pitched yesterday. So you're not going to have your top shelf, top level pitchers towing the rubber tomorrow in the All-Star game. You have a lot of good pitchers, obviously. That's why they made the All-Star team, but not the best. So if I was, I would say take the over 7.5. What else is going to tomorrow? What is sports, huh? World Cup results. Now, I didn't think I was going to get into the World Cup. I have. I find it interesting. I find it, I still look at zeros and ties and stuff, but I find I'm understanding the game. Even the stupid offside penalties and stuff kind of getting to know what it is. It's hard because there are no lines, no lines in the thing. In football, you know what an offside is. In hockey, you got the blue lines. But in soccer, we call it soccer. All around the world, they call it football. It's not football. Football is what we play here in America, the Philippines. Anyway, soccer. I am understanding it more. I'm getting into it. Norway. After the U.S. was locked down, I was in root from Norway because of the payment guy, this big giant 6'5" blonde guy. He looks like a big Viking. I was into it. And I was even into it because he was stupid. They weren't giving him the ball. They weren't passing him the ball. He's the best golf player, and they're not passing him the ball. And see, I never thought I'd have that with action because I never thought I would love soccer, but I'll do it. I'm actually going to miss it when the tournament is over next Sunday. If fun. Tomorrow it continues. You've got France against your Spain. There's two. I said this before. The intriguing thing about the World Cup is you pick countries that don't like each other. I mean, they don't like each other. Regardless, even if it's not in soccer. France and Spain. Yeah. Spain's got great defense. I think they've only given one goal in the whole tournament. France is like a machine with them copy and I don't know these guys, I don't know them dudes. I don't know these guys. But from what I understand, France can even the guys sitting their asses on the bench are really good players. So they could have their two teams. And I think France is going to win tomorrow. I think it's going to be close. Maybe 2-0, 2-0. Because I picked France before the tournament. I've got a ticket on France. Vive la France. And the other reason why I think France is going to win tomorrow in Spain, it is Bastille Day in France. That's like the big holiday. That's like the 4th of July. July 14th is Bastille Day in France. And I think what's more appropriate on Bastille Day than to have a French soccer team playing in the World Cup. So I think France wins tomorrow. I think in the other games scheduled for Wednesday, England and Argentina. Well, they might be a team of destiny. With the New York Knicks were, the Carolina Hurricanes. You get these teams of destiny, and you can't stop them. It's meant to be. It is meant to be. And England may be that way because they survived the altitude of Mexico City and the fans then they survived the heat down of Miami and playing Argentina tomorrow. Could they survive Lionel Messi? I don't know. I mean, Argentina doesn't have the team that they had last year in the World Cup. And I don't want Argentina to win again. Who wants teams to win 2 or 3 times the win? Everybody wants an underdog. And it's like the LA Dodgers won 2 World Series, and I don't want them to win again this year. They've had enough. Give somebody else a chance. Argentina is not as good, even though they have Messi on the team. So I think they win tomorrow. I hate to win in there. You know what? I choose my button. I think he goes for me. In the little swings, I always wanted to. I heard the food is terrible, very bland. Yeah, very good. I always wanted to go to England because I'm a big Beatles fan. Cross Abbey Road in my wheelchair. That's my goal. Cross Abbey Road in the wheelchair and pose like the Beatles did. Anyway, maybe someday I'll make it England before I cash in my chips, so to speak. So I'm going to say England against France in the final on Sunday. In Jersey, isn't that something? We got England and France playing in Jersey on Sunday for the World Cup. We would have done it. But talk about 2 countries that can't stand each other. France and England. The only thing separating them is the English Channel, which I think that we have a tunnel in brain and go straight from England to France. I mean, that kind of good. But that would be a war. France and England, get that in. I think that's what's going to be. I think it's going to be France and England on Sunday at the Netherlands. It used to be known as the Netherlands. Yeah, they changed all the stadiums names. Yeah, we making financial field for the Eagles, right? So we'll call them, at least for this tournament, called the Philadelphia Stadium. In New Jersey, it's called the Jersey New York Stadium. We did it. Anyway, it should be fun. Yeah, I got my fingers crossed because I picked France to win the ball games. Big enough for us. What else? Well, our football, real football, starts in a couple of weeks. Training camps. It goes. And I can't win. Because I think he wasn't going to have good news. People are putting them down. Or I was doing it. They still have hurts. They still have blood. Yeah, they turned him over to. But he was a penalty. And defense is still pretty stout. I think they're going to have a good year. That game, the 4th game of the year, Eagles and Rams in Philly, which I happen to have tickets for. And the game of the year. Why? two best teams in the NFC, and whoever wins that game is going to have a leg up on home field advantage in the playoffs in June. If they go head to head in June, but we want the Rams to come to Philadelphia because they've proven before they can't stand the snow, they can't stand the cold and wind. You get them outdoors in Philly, we have a much better chance of beating them. So whoever wins that game early in October in Philadelphia is going to have home field advantage if they play. And, which I think they might because to me, the Eagles and the Rams are Champions teams, at least in the regular. So I'm looking forward to this NFL season. I think the Eagles will be and these people are saying Cowboys. Cowboys have always choked up front. You could say Cowboys have a good team, blah, blah, blah. But when push comes to shove, when the money's on the line, and the Cowboys are in the playoffs, they can choke. Even if they have a home game, choke on those. I don't want to hear Cowboys. Giants are going to be better, but I don't think they're ready. I think Eagles equals Eagles. All of them. So I'm looking forward to that. And even in the fall, we got the Flyers up and coming team. And I got six. And I'm ready to jump back on the. Oh, you say, oh, it was bad, right? He gets the Sixers, stay off of it. So, no, it's a different situation. The Sixers finally lost them, and they got a real general manager who knows basketball. I've been saying for all this time, get rid of Darren Warren. He doesn't know what that is doing. I was proven right because I still can't believe, as I talk on July 13th, the Sixers somehow have a general right. Think about that. Stop whatever you're doing. If you're eating while you're listening, you're jogging, stop jogging, and play with your dog. Stop. Just think about that for me. The 76ers have genuine fucking. How did they weasel him away from the Boston City? That Boston went out and they took it. And it all it took was some draft, which may not be good anyway, and Paul George, who was way past his prime, way past his. You got Jalen Brown. He's going to be hooking up the vaccine, Edgecombe, Embiid, whoever else that for the team. I'm excited for the Sixers because the Knicks, they're not going to win it again. They got hot last year and they won the ball. As I said, they were a team of destiny. Okay. I'll give it to the Knicks. They're not going to win again. They're not going to have the same hunger as they did last year. The Celtics certainly not going to be as good. Cleveland, they just seem to generally. What the hell's wrong with them? Can you tell me who is going to stop the Sixers from winning the East and go to the NBA Finals? So it's going to be an exciting rest of the year in those. What else is there? Well, since I've been there, doctor's appointments, doctors. Now, that's what happens when you get on. Did you see what Mick Jagger? Mick Jagger's back in the news now because the Rolling Stones have a new album out now. I listened to it the other day. It's pretty good. You gotta get used to the new albums, And how about that? Madonna. Madonna has the #1 album in the world with her new album called Confessions 2. She's been everywhere promoting this album. Although on top of things, in Central Times Square, running around here, running in. It's a big Madonna. It's not going to be like a payday in the 80s, but this isn't even coming back. So, yeah, God bless her. God bless her. Anyway, what was that time? I don't even know. Oh, Big Jack. Did you see him the other day? They had it there, and he said they were asking like a casual throwaway question, kind of a softball question. What's it like being at your age? You know, because he's in his 80s. Alexa, how old is Mick Jagger? Alexa, how old is Mick Jagger? Mick Jagger is 82 years old. 82. Huh? Huh? 82. There you go. He's still jumping around, jumping on the stage, jumping around. He looks bad, but he's still jumping around. Anyway, they asked him, how's it feel to be 82? You have a new album band. I'm sure the Stones will be touring with this album sooner or later. And he said it sucks. He was very honest. You think Jagger would say, "Oh, it's great honor to be this old, and we still living, and we have new music out, and I feel great, and life is great, 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 great." No, he was very honest. He said, "It sucks." And they were like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he said, "It sucks, Gator. You forget things," which I can relate to very. Uh, you have to be reminded of things you can't do what you used to do. He said, "I find no enjoyment in it whatsoever." And to me, I wouldn't be that negative. Right? Not nearly as old as he is. But, I'm not being. First of all, I'm just glad to be here. Another day above the ground, is great. And it's not that bad. It's okay. It's okay. Me, even though I'm retired from social, I started a new career in writing and I'm having success. And I have a happy family life and dogs. It's fun. Hey, I'm not complaining. People have it wrong with. So I was a little surprised that Mick Jagger thought money, another fame would be that honest. I give him credit when he said it sucks to you. Well, anyway. Um, so what's the old saying? Whatever is old is new again. So you got the Stones with the new one. You've got Madonna with the number one. Well, right there. It's true. I mean, everything old is new. So you know what? Just enjoy it for sure. And you take it one day at a time. And you enjoy the people in your life, whether they be wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, the dogs, or somebody, the dog. Just, so I guess that's about it. Yeah. I know the medical problem and the pulmonary toilets and stuff. And look at that from and there's fun coming up. More concerts coming up in August, which I'll tell you. Um, and more rating stuff, which is selling them. And good times. Good times. You'll be counting on. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you to me. Thank you for all these years of tuning you. I did video the other day, and I don't look at this thing. I looked to see how many videos I'm actually doing the videos. And I used to do them like every day. But no, it's taxing. So so now I do a video. I do one once a week, once a week. And I like keeping in touch with you. I like doing this and just get it. And looked the other day, because I was curious too. How many videos have you done over the years? Guess what? The number scared me. It was 666. I'm like, is somebody trying to tell me something? Huh? Like the devil made me do. Flip was the devil made me do. Anyway, So I'm getting close to 7. I'm glad I'm sticking some. And so one of my friends are, I know I probably didn't know people watching them talk, but hey, it's a 0, which I've had to. All right, everybody have a great day. Peace and love. Ringo, my friend Ringo. Peace and love. Ringo Starr. He just had his birthday, and he's now 85 now. He looks good. He's jumping in that stone tree. I wanted to go see it. It's covered to Manchester. And not that happening. Tickets are $400 at tennis. So, well, I've seen them go. That's my friend Steve Trevor says, I want to see them go again. I could just to have a lot of them. Ringo, St. Paul, and yeah, that's a lot. It's hard with ticket money and stuff. Now, but you can't blame Ringo because Ringo's 20 days, even though he's still healthy and he's still around making records, let's face it, he's totally doesn't. So, eventually. So I guess he's got to make this one kid, but I'm seeing Timken, you would think to send these guys who have been enough for a while, like Jagger, like McCarthy, uh, no, for the everyday people who want to go and see their idols, their heroes, before they break. But anyway, so 400 is way on the bottom fall. Talking about her run derby, that's way on. So I won't be saying but obviously. So anyway, peace and love, like the Lord says. Enjoy the momentum team. If I had to say, I gotta go Kyle. If it's not Kyle, I would inspiration weapon. Would it be great if they matched those two for different brackets? And the finals was Grace Parker versus Tom Schroeder with the finals and the home run derby. Every Philadelphia Phillies fan, that's the dream. Schroeder and Harder have hand to head. Didn't have one tonight, but we keep asking, look. So if you're lucky enough to have a ticket, either tonight or tomorrow, number one, a good time, number two, have a hot dog for me. Okay? There's a mustard and ketchup. The ketchup and hot dog things. Okay, this is what talk is. Take care.